Hello, podcast listeners. We know podcasts are a great way to catch up on a program that you may have missed on KSJE, and it's provided as a free service of this radio station. But you know, KSJE is now listener-supported, and so while you enjoy this podcast, we hope that you'll also take some time to join KSJE. Become a member today. It's quite easy to do. Just go to our website at ksje.com/support and pick the level of support that best matches your budget. Thanks again for listening. Here's your podcast.
We have a 911. Armed robbery in progress. See surplus store, corner People's Drive, North 24th Street.
Welcome to Cop Shop. I'm Nicole Brown.
And I'm Chief Steve Hebbe.
And today we have with us Georgette Allen, who was our PIO and is now with the city, doing all the public affairs with the city. Good morning, Georgette.
Welcome, Georgette.
If I'd have known you were going to be on, Chief, I would have agreed to come.
Oh,
This is a
happy to
PIO
see you
show.
again.
This isn't the PIO
Would have
and the
thought
Chief
we'd bring
show.
you
You're
back
like the
this
third
quick.
wheel.
Well, it's going to be a long show, folks.
It's been 6 months. We thought we'd play catch up and see how Nicole's doing, see how I'm doing, and apparently see how you're doing.
See how you're adjusting to the change.
Well,
yeah,
enthusiastic until about 35 seconds ago.
Whatever. You missed me. This one's not tough enough for you. We gotta like toughen her
She's
up.
actually nice, although she's got her little Princess Leia hair
little,
thing going on.
My braid.
Yeah, she's interstellar, intergalactic. So before we get going, I've got a quick announcement. Somebody sent me on Facebook. They're doing a Navajo taco lunch at the Word of God Church, which is at the corner of Fairview and Lark Street. And this is to support Bible college students that can't afford tuition. And for those of you that don't really know, Fairview and Lark is right, it's on the same street as the post office off 20th. That's running from noon to 3:30. And so as soon as this is over, and it maybe even be a little earlier, I'm going to head over there and grab them.
Oh, you're going to buy them?
I'm going to buy them for anybody that can race me over there. So.
Says the cop.
I have a lead foot.
Yeah, says the cop. Yeah, well said.
All right, I'm getting it. I'm following you.
If you chase me with license, I'm not pulling over. I'm just gonna say.
I think it's really childish to chase me with lights and sirens after you lose the race. I think it's really silly.
I've seen that meme.
Yep.
So we've got a busy month that we've had, and we've got a bunch of stuff going. So it almost begs a question, Nicole. Maybe your first big mistake in the months that you've been with us. Why is Georgette here?
Wow.
Sorry, I guess you can hear that, can't you?
Yeah.
I'm feeling extra feisty today. Don't push my
I've noted
buttons.
that.
No, we thought it would be good to catch up with Georgette and see how she's doing with the city.
Couldn't we have
let
done
her
that
know
with
that
an email?
let her know that we do miss her.
Georgette, how are you?
We do miss her.
We do miss her.
You miss me. You're always texting me how I miss you so much. I wish Nicole would leave. He's
Yeah,
so mean.
yeah.
I just thought I'd let you know.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, I know how it goes.
So mean. But we got to stick together, us girls.
Yes. Yeah, that's the only way we're going to actually get things done.
So are we getting anything done tomorrow that maybe involves Georgette?
We are. We have 2 events that we're kind of doing with the city.
The
Yeah,
full set?
thanks.
Oh,
We'll
thanks,
spike
yeah.
it. Thank you.
Yeah, it's a long day for Georgette.
Yes.
It is a big day tomorrow. So we start off the morning
with the 9/11 stair climb. Are you going to be down there for a little bit? Or
I'm going to
Okay.
come down, take some
I'll
photos.
be down there really early because it starts. So, well, first off, is it okay to say the breakfast thing? Yes. Chick-fil-A will be there to give out a breakfast sandwich to all the participants, just the climbers, so not the audience. But they're going to make sure they're fed well before they start their climb. And then the first climb is at 8:46. Opening ceremonies is at 7:30. So Honor Guard's going to be out there. So FPD Honor Guard and the Fire Department Honor Guard, they'll be out there. So.
And this is a great event. They did this 2 years ago, I think, was their first time, and
Yeah, I think it was
pretty
2.
heavy.
Yeah.
And so you're going to climb all the stairs to replicate what the firefighters and police and some of the other first responders did at the World Trade Center on 9/11. And so it's The last time I did it, I couldn't walk for a week because my calves were so sore.
I was worried about you and Noon last time. They looked like they were going to drop.
Well, it was hot
no.
too.
It was really hot. It
So
was
I'm
hot.
hoping it'll
Hopefully
be a little cooler.
it's early enough
But
this
they have
morning.
people out there handing
right.
out water. They have volunteers and stuff out
Yep.
there making sure everybody's okay and stuff. And so, yeah, hopefully it's not going to be
So
a
I'll
lot.
be there. I think PD will be pretty well represented.
There's a
We're
lot of
not going to have
people.
the fire gear on as we do it, but we'll have our police gear on as we
Yeah.
do the steps. So.
And so they already actually reached their goal. So it was a $25,000 goal. They were doing that online, and so they actually made $10,000 more than last year. So that's great. And that's last I checked. I want to say it was last week or maybe earlier this week. I don't know. The days are running together.
Yeah.
So they did hit their goal, but you can still there's still room. So if you want to participate, registration starts. It goes until 8 tomorrow. It starts at 7. And that's also when the check-in starts, is at 7. And again, if you want to grab a breakfast sandwich, then be down there early. So before you start. Oh, and one more thing, they're going to have a kid zone this year. It starts at 9 a.m. And so they're going to have the first responder vehicles there, and then a combat kids zone challenge kind of thing. So something
that's
for the
fun.
kids.
Yeah.
So it's for the whole family. So even if you're not participating with the stair climb, you can come out and show your support and cheer on all the climbers and stuff that way.
Very good.
Yeah. And it's such a great cause, I think. So it's
Oh yeah,
awesome.
absolutely. I
Now,
agree.
Nicole, do you have any connection to fire?
That I do, sir.
Do
That
you?
I do, yeah. My dad's a retired firefighter. and-
Oh, that's right.
yeah, that's right. Yeah.
What's he think of that? Of you kind of vaulting up above him to be working with the police like that? Oh, we can get at that a different day.
I mean, everyone has to have heroes.
That's right.
And, cops have to have heroes too. So
Yeah,
firefighters
well,
are there.
Those
for
are
that.
dispatchers, I guess. But certainly not firefighters. Well, maybe you have to bring your dad in on one of these.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Oh,
Talk
he
about
would love
your
it.
upbringing and
He would love that.
share a few thoughts about Xbox tournaments and stuff like that.
yeah,
All those
yeah.
crazy firemen know how to do. But
They really know how to wash a truck.
they do. They're
Yes,
shiny.
Yeah.
But tomorrow,
always beautiful.
we're going to outshine them on the stair climb. So
Okay. I believe in you guys.
that's almost half-hearted, but I'll take it. So I pay for your loyalty. So there it is.
So then, are you going to have enough energy to come on over to our next event?
That's where the firemen
Tomorrow?
come in. They're going to put me on a gurney, and they're going to run me over to the next
Run
event.
you over to Kiwanis.
Yes.
Okay, well, that's a perfect segue because I'm going to plug that now.
Very good.
Yeah.
So the city of Farmington has a committee. It's called the Community Relations Committee. So they work to strengthen relationships in the community and address anything like discrimination issues, stuff like that. And so they're hosting, this is the second in a biannual series that we're doing. We called it Transcending, and it's a forum. And the partnership this year was with you guys, with the police department. And so this forum, it's actually going to start at 1. And it's taking place during a bigger event, which is part of the peer support group and San Juan Safe Communities Initiative. And that's the Dimensions of Wellness event. So it's like a health fair, but specifically geared towards mental health stuff. So they'll have resource booths and stuff. So that's 11 to 3 at Kiwanis. So the forum that the CRC and the police department is doing is going to be, oh, sorry, did I say 1? That's 11, sorry, the bigger event
The big event
is
is
11 to 3. Thank you. Did I say that? I'm like half asleep today. And then our forum is 1 to 3. And so there's going to be panelists on there represented from the police department, the CRC, the correction, so our local corrections detention center, TOTA Behavioral Health, and then a community member as well. And so the topic is going to be about individuals who are experiencing a mental health crisis. And if police have to respond, what does that look like? And then the other panelists on there, so the individual from the CDC, she runs the mental health services up there. So, after somebody say that they're arrested, what does that look like? Somebody who's got a mental health diagnosis or was experiencing a crisis. And so it's going to show that bigger picture, I think, to the community. It'll be interesting because I think sometimes people have a misunderstanding or unrealistic expectations of what police can do sometimes when they're called, or how quickly they can get something done if somebody is having mental health issues and we need to get them services and stuff. And so
There's limits on what the police can do, but there's also limits on the resources we have available. And
Exactly,
So this is something that we started talking about this last spring in the midst of all the the gun control legislation and whether you were for it or against it. But this was a topic that the police department was bringing up as, hey, we're not even talking about what lack of services there are to help people that are truly in crisis. So we had red flag laws, which were controversial, but if somebody actually is in crisis, what can the police department really do about it? And does the state have any resources they're devoting to it? And of course, this last time they did not. There were no bills at all related to mental health. And so we're trying to keep the dialogue going about how we can improve in this area. When you look nationally at some of the tent camps that you see on the streets in L.A. and San Francisco and Portland, those have really been highlighted. A significant portion of those folks have significant mental problems, and there's no resources. And so when the police do get involved, our officers come over, they're 24, 25-year-old officer with a couple of years on, and they get called to a mental health crisis that a professional should have been working on over the last decade. It's frustrating, and I don't think people do appreciate the tough position that it puts our men and women in blue in when we're responding to problems that really society is just not addressing.
Absolutely. And sometimes, it's almost like, should this really be a police issue? If the person isn't endangering people, so maybe they're just exhibiting some unusual behaviors and somebody calls police. So, where is that line? It has become a police issue. So yeah, having those resources there is important, but it's not even, I want to point out, it's so the forum talking about that and these services it's not just about individuals who have a mental health diagnosis, but anybody could experience a mental health crisis. Something could happen in life. Maybe you have a snowball of events that happen and you find yourself in a situation where you're not coping well with it, or it's just you're overwhelmed with stuff. And I think we see that all the time, but there's that stigma of going and asking for help, or talking to somebody about it, or so it's important that we have community events like this. And
well, even in policing, police suicides have been a major topic this year.
Absolutely.
I'm not sure where New York is up to, but NYPD has had, they're in double figures of suicides this year, and I know Chicago PD has had a real rash of them as well. So, you're right. I mean, it can be these crises that come up with somebody that's just going through their day-to-day life, but then has a crisis. So, this is our second forum. I thought the first one we did in the spring on immigration was a good topic and had people talking. And so, if you have the time from 1 to 3 tomorrow at Kiwanis Park, come on out and listen to. I think you'll find it to be a real thoughtful discussion.
Yes, and there'll be an opportunity for questions. We're keeping to the same format that ruffled some feathers last time, but it's a good format to kind of keep things flowing. If you do have a question, we're going to have volunteers there. We'll have note cards and stuff. If you have a question as we go, write them down. We'll have them pick them up, and actually Scott's going to be
our
moderator again this year or this time. So again, 1 to 3 at Kiwanis tomorrow.
Well, that's good. And now that we brought up Scott, I think his Bills won this last week.
And there we go.
I think they came
with the football
from 16 points down,
Right.
and won 17-16 over the hated Jets.
I'm enjoying it while it lasts. Thank you for bringing that up.
There you go. It's actually it's good to see us sober by Friday, so I'm proud about that. So.
Oh, poor Scott. You're always picking on Scott. All right, what else you got? Actually,
it's all a celebration of Scott.
You know what? We're done. We're done.
Actually, you're dismissed.
No.
We're back to our show.
Chad, this was supposed to be the PIO show. Look at this slide. I'm going to ask Nicole. Nicole, how are you enjoying your new position?
I am loving it more than I even thought I would. I'm
good.
I mean, putting in for it, I thought I would really enjoy it, but I am really, really enjoying it. Good. It's good challenges, and thank goodness that you're nearby, just across the way, because I have come over there and been like, I need help. But it's been really great. I really enjoyed it.
Good.
I was a little nervous when we were talking about we're going to do the full-scale drill.
Oh, yeah. No,
it'll
be fine.
And I was a little nervous because everyone's like, you're the lead. And I was like, oh, no, I don't know about this. But the more I think about it, the more I'm kind of ready for the challenge. And I know I have lots of help. So
yeah, I'm so excited because that's a new thing. So Devin's helping now over at the county and stuff. And so they're kind of changing it up because typically there's like controllers and all these different types of people for all the other disciplines. But PIOs didn't have that before. We kind of just went in and did our things. We didn't have anybody evaluating or doing. So this year we're going to, and I get to be a puppet master. I get to come in there and like gum stuff up. And
yeah, not only did they make the newest PIO the lead PIO on this drill, they also took away my security blanket, which is Georgette, and made her my evaluator.
Yeah.
Actually, frankly, that's just typecasting. Yeah, so she just came in and gummed stuff up anyway. Why not just put her in that role?
Oh no, but I know that I've got good backing with Jamie with the sheriff's office, and good contacts with Laura at the hospital and Renee from the school. So and Devin will help me. I know he will.
He's already helping you. You just don't know. He's emailing me and was like, okay, what are some of the things that we could kind of throw in? And I'm like,
oh no.
And he emails me back. He's like, you're sadistic. I was thinking more along the lines of XYZ. Of course, I'm not going to tell you. Just a little bit of stress. I'm like, are you sure? Mine are fun. All right, we'll go with yours.
But this is a busy month period for you.
Thank you, Devin.
So you've got the women's conference that we've got coming up this next week.
Yes. I'm wearing my shirt today.
Yep. And we've got National Night Out that's closing in on us fast.
It is.
We've got this event tomorrow
fast.
that you've played a role in setting up as well as Georgette. And so, September is a busy month for us. No doubt about it.
It's been very busy, but it's good. It keeps things interesting.
It's fun,
sure.
right? Yeah.
It is fun. And then to throw it out, we threw in the Special Olympic rib relay eat-off that we're going to have with the fire department. It's going to be at Texas Roadhouse, and 10% of all food purchases go to Special Olympics.
And that's September 26th at Texas Roadhouse from 3 to 9:30 p.m. I think. And if you're watching KSJE's website, Scott is absolutely manipulating this. He is on top of his game. He looks like Josh Allen in the fourth quarter against the Jets. Every ball is a completion. But he's putting up all the different pictures of the events that we're talking about here, including the stair climb tomorrow and the Kiwanis Park thing. And so we're on to the 10% donation for Special Olympics. But you can find all this information on KSJE's website.
I'm really conflicted about this Guns and Hoses rib eating because my loyalty is with the PD, but now I feel like as the city PIO, I have to go out and root for like PD and fire equally. But look at the snarl I'm getting from cheating. I'm very, very conflicted about that.
Very.
Well, you could just come to they're going to have the Special Olympics athletes are going to do a eat off first. So just come to that one maybe.
Okay,
and
I'll
cheer
for them.
and then you won't be so torn.
Yeah, it won't be like you maybe defected to the Soviet Union. But we'll talk about that later.
I'm just
Loyalties
kidding.
can be bought.
PD will always be my home.
There you
You'll
go.
always be my people.
Those are the songs. It's bad enough I got to put up with, I was raised by a fireman.
Yeah.
Like, oh my God. And you've done so well in life. I'm so proud of you.
I'm so successful.
I can't believe it.
Despite my challenges.
You get dressed by yourself. You eat. You take good naps at work. It's all, you really overcome all.
I play
Terrific
a mean game of Mario Brothers.
Oh, that's right. No, there's not an Xbox game in the world you can't play.
Yeah.
No, so I'm proud of you. You have overcome a lot. We will have to bring your dad in and talk about how you've achieved so much. With starting from that kind of springboard weakness.
Excellent.
So what else do we have coming up? We've got a couple other things. Is Scott flashing any other interesting stuff?
I'm going to plug. Okay, when he says we, we're the whole city. Here we go.
Yeah,
so we've got
Derek
the Flying Legends of Victory tour coming in. So, and yes, you can leave that one up too. So it's the World War II B-17 bomber. Her name is Sentimental Journey. She's going to be here September 23rd through the 30th. Tickets are $10 per person or $20 per family. The family prices may vary, of course. There's also rides you can purchase online for Bombardier and Gunner radio room seat rides. I think I'm saying that right. And so it's going to be at the Four Corners Regional Airport, of course, and you can go to their Facebook page and get all the information. So during that week, we're also having this is a Rotary event. However, we are up there at the airport. We're hosting at the Pancake fundraiser, and you took it down. I don't have my cheat sheet. Thank you. So September 20, there's too many events and dates to keep in my head. So Saturday, September 28th, 8 to 12, and so you can buy tickets right there at the airport for that one as well. And so all the proceeds to that go to the Rotary Club and all the community projects that they do here in San Juan County. So
Very good.
Yeah.
The weather's beautiful in September, and there's so many events going on in the city. So
There's a lot. It's my favorite time of year.
Yeah.
When fall. I woke up this morning and there was a chill in my room. I was all excited because I'm like, oh, fall is setting in. Yay!
It's going to be amazing. There's so much stuff to go out and do with your family, and
Yeah.
it'll be really nice.
So we do have a big event that PD is just now kind of hooking into, and that's President Trump is coming to Rio Rancho this Monday. And
I saw
Farmington
that,
PD
yeah.
is they've reached out to us. I don't think Rio Rancho PD has thousands of officers, so they've reached out asking for support. We're sending a contingent of 6 officers down there to participate in keeping that venue safe for the president when he comes here to New Mexico. So that's always exciting when the president comes to your state. No matter who the president is, no matter what your views, still, there's only one of them in the world at a time. And,
that's true.
What have we only got? 45 or 46 in our whole history that have ever held the office. So that's kind of exciting. And we'll be sending some officers there to represent Farmington.
Oh,
It'll be awesome.
cool. You probably need a couple of PIOs to go too, don't you?
Well,
I mean,
Take some
somebody's gotta
pictures.
take
We have to
photos.
memorialize this
We
event.
do know the PIO with Rio Rancho, and he may need help.
I will weigh that in the future.
Wow.
This is a really kind way of telling us no.
Yeah, I know, right? Would you like
But it's
that?
not recorded, so,
And last but not least, we will cap off September and roll into October with National Night Out, which I'm super excited about. It's my first one, and we've got lots of fun stuff planned. I kind of was emailing sergeants and lieutenants all week and making sure everything was set up. And so it will be at Burke Park from 4 to 7, October 1st. And please come out and hang out with our officers. We're going to have a really good time and lots of activities.
Are you getting the
Yes,
chief to do
food
something
stuff.
absolutely ridiculous?
It's not completely ridiculous. I mean, just kind of. It's going to put his video game skills to the test. He's
Nice.
going to have to bust out some duck hunt and practice because he's going to do some laser shooting.
Oh, I was
and,
going to say his shooting skills are awful. I'm just telling you that right now.
all right,
I witnessed
cool.
this.
So you
Just
can
because I
come-
missed you every time.
because you can now come out and outshoot the chief. We know that his shooting skills aren't up to par.
And the fire chief will be there. His shooting skills are up to par. I mean,
Oh,
I'm
Dave
so
has the
excited.
recliner and kind of kicks back and plays duck hunter. So.
Yeah.
Well. So yeah, police versus fire and video
And you
shooting.
can-
We'll
Donate
be
to
out there
charity
live
and-
Facebooking that.
yes.
Donate
yes,
to
we will.
charity.
Oh wait,
Yes.
what charity is it going to this year? Is it Children's?
I,
what do you guys
I
do?
believe so. We haven't ironed out that completely yet. We're still
Oh.
working on that, but yes, I believe so.
So,
We'll see.
so we're in our final couple of minutes, and we can talk about how great the Packers looked against the Bears. And Nicole, you're a big Packer fan, and I've appreciated that. And Georgette, just mute her. Go ahead, Scott. Mute her, Scott. I mean, I've always wanted to say that. I've always wanted to actually
I
do it
really
live.
feel like the only thing I know about the Packers is what I see on the department's Twitter feed. I don't
Really?
personally follow them, but
Well,
I
and,
feel
but now
like,
you do.
and I feel like the only reason the department follows them maybe is because
Because of their
the
love for
chief.
the superior
I
organization.
don't think that
like
it
the
has
Packers?
anything to do with the department.
Well, so thanks for weighing in with that. And next week, folks, we'll be back and we'll have a different PIO host. And maybe it'll be you.
He's trading us
We'll do
in.
a competition real soon for
well.
that. But anyway, we're down to our final minute. Have a great weekend. There's lots to do. Get out and enjoy this great weather. Enjoy this wonderful area. And thanks for listening to the Cop Shop. We'll see you in a couple of weeks.
I left my baby to feel so bad. I guess my race is run. Well, she's the best girl I've ever had. I fought the law and the law won. I fought the law and the law won.
Did you enjoy that podcast? We hope that you did. And if you did, share it with your friends. And if you really want to keep podcasts like this coming, please support KSJE. You can do it easily online at ksje.com.